Hello there, I'm Juliana Michaels and I'm so excited to be here with you on the Ranger Ink YouTube channel. In this video, I'm combining Tim Holtz Mini Distress Oxide inks with heat embossing, Twinkle Paste, and rock candy glitter to create this cheerful winter snowman card. I'll walk you through creating the textured background and show you how I've embellished it with a simple oval die cut and stamped snowman image. Now let's get started. So for this card, I'm going to be working with the new Mini Distress Oxide inks from Tim Holtz. And the colors I'm going to be using are Stormy Sky, Broken China, and Tumbled Glass. And you can also use the larger regular size ink pads if you like, but I do find that the ink smishing technique I'm going to be sharing, these little mini oxides are really great when you want to work with multiple colors. The other inks I'm going to be using, because we're going to be doing some heat embossing, I've got some Distress Embossing ink and then some silver embossing powder. I'm also going to be using the Black Soot Archival ink. And I'm going to be using some Texture Paste Twinkle. This is a clear, translucent gloss paste that has little glitter flecks in it. And so it has a little bit of shimmer and shine. But if you want to make it a little more shimmery and shiny, you can add some rock candy glitter. And then the stencil I'm going to be using is this Sparkle Fade from the Mini Set 62 by Tim Holtz and Stampers Anonymous. And then I'm also going to be using this script stamp here from the Tim Holtz Stampers Anonymous French Marketplace stamp set. But any sort of script stamp would work. For the focal point on the card, I'm going to be stamping that image using Black Soot Archival ink. And I am going to color that image with the Tim Holtz watercolor pencils, and the colors I'm using are Prize Ribbon, Spice Marmalade, Lost Shadow, and Fossilized Amber. And then to add just a touch of Vintage Distress, I'm going to be inking the edges of some of the pieces in the background with Vintage Photo Distress ink. And the paper I'm going to be working throughout on this card is the Tim Holtz Distress watercolor cardstock, and I'll be working on the smooth side. Now let's get into it. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do, I've got a piece of Distress watercolor cardstock cut to 4 by 5 1/4 inches, and I've got some Distress Oxide inks here and the Stormy Sky, Tumbled Glass, and Broken China. And these are the mini Oxide inks, so you could use any size you like, but I do find sometimes that the little ones just allow for a slightly different look because you're putting down a little less ink. And I'm just kind of randomly smushing these here and there on the craft mat, kind of spreading them apart so that there's not like the same color right next to each other. I'm going to spritz that with a little water, and then I'm going to take my paper and I'm just going to smush like sections of it down into the ink here, and then lift it up and then rotate the paper and kind of smush down a different area into a different area of ink. And you can just kind of repeat that process until you have a good amount of ink onto your paper there. And then we'll give that a dry. And just use the heat tool to kind of dry up that ink. And if you've got a lot of ink on there and it's kind of pooling a little bit and it's more than you like, you can just kind of tap that on to like a paper towel if you want. And just dab off a little bit of that ink and then just continue drying. And if you've got some of these little like speckledy bits here and you don't care for that, just while it's still wet, you can take your finger and kind of smush those out if you like. I'm just going to kind of get this mostly dry. I've got some areas that are taking a little longer. You can also dab those dry with your towel if you like. And then we're just going to go back in and try kind of think about where, like if there's some white areas, to get some more color there, kind of smushing those down into the ink that's on your craft mat. And if you need to add a little water, like I just did there, you can add some more water. If you need more ink, you can add more ink. And then you can also spritz a little bit of water onto your paper if you like too, kind of get some of that going, but dab that a little bit. And I wouldn't mind having a little bit more, maybe like the Broken China down here in this corner. So I'm just going to smush a little bit more of that onto my craft mat and dab into that there. You can spritz that with a little water. Run it around a little bit. And you can just kind of keep repeating, you know, if you want to just add some more colors. I mean, the lighter colors are not going to show up quite as much because we're layering kind of these pigment inks on each other, but they will layer, especially if you dry. And then you can just continue this process with kind of repeating, layering the colors and inks until you're happy with how it looks. Now I'll just add a little bit more interest. I'm going to use my distress sprayer and I'm just going to slowly pull the trigger and get some like bigger droplets here and there. And then just kind of let that sit a minute, let that ink get reactivated from the water. Then I'm going to give that a dry. All right, so here is where we are now with the background after doing our ink smooshing. Now we're going to go on to the next step, and from here I've just got a little script stamp and I'm using some black soot archival ink, and I'm just going to ink up that stamp. It doesn't need to be a perfect amount of ink or anything, just a light little inking. And then I'm going to, if your paper is a little bit curled, you can kind of just bend it back on itself and kind of flatten it out a little bit there if you need to. And then I'm just going to kind of randomly stamp this here and there on the background. And to do that, I'm not going to push the whole stamp down. I'm just going to push like little sections of it here and there. So just kind of here, thinking about getting just a little bit of ink, just lightly. And then, you know, if I've put an area where that I've inked, you know, stamped before, then, you know, maybe I want to put a little bit more ink on there. There. Then you can just kind of put, you know, as much or as little of it as you like here. And it just adds a little subtle bit of interest to the background. And now we want to make sure we dry this really well, because the next step we're going to do is some heat embossing, and anything that is wet, the embossing powder will stick to. So embossing powder will stick to water, it will stick to ink. So anything that is wet. So just make sure it's super dry before you start this next step. So now we're going to take some of the snowflake images from the Mr. Frosty stamp set, and we're just going to stamp them onto the background of this paper here. And the center of this is going to be covered, so you can kind of keep that in mind when you're doing the stamping. We're just going to ink these up with some embossing ink. I like to use a piece of printer paper, just fold it in half, and then I've got some silver embossing powder here, and I'm just going to pour that over our stamped snowflakes. And then we're going to heat emboss those with our heat tool. You just want to make sure you warm it up real well. And you can heat from the bottom if you prefer, or from the top. And just kind of takes a little bit of time for that paper to get warm and the embossing powder to warm up. But then once it gets to temperature, you're going to see it start turning silver, and that powder is melting there. I always just find the heat embossing is just magical to watch. You just want to keep that heat tool moving. You don't even want to hold it in one place for too long. Just kind of keep it moving, and once that area has turned silver, then you know you are finished. And now we're just going to repeat that process around the rest of the card here. Let's see if I can kind of show you here a little bit there. You can see where that ink wasn't quite dry and some of the powder stuck to the edge of those little droplets there. So that's what I mean. It's not going to damage your, it's not going to cause any problems. There's nothing wrong with it. In fact, if you're going for kind of a distressed mixed media feel, that imperfection might be just fine with you, and it's fine with me, that's for sure. And just keep going here. And as I'm placing the snowflakes, I'm just kind of thinking about, you know, not putting the same one right next to each other again. Here we are. And then once you're done with all the embossing, you can just pour the powder back into the jar. Now that we have the embossing done, we're going to move on to the next layer, which is some texture paste. I'm going to be working with the Sparkle Fade stencil from Mini Set 62. And I've got some of the texture paste Twinkle, which has just a little bit of a glitter inside. So so this is a clear gloss. So it's translucent gloss paste that's got little glitter flecks in there for a little extra sparkle. And I'm just gonna position that stencil, I think, on a little bit more there. So you can also flip the stencil. Let's do that. I'm gonna flip the stencil. And I'm going to put some paste through it on this top part up here. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just going to scraping that on with the back of my palette knife there. And we'll just lift that up. And then I'm going to flip it around the other way. So I had it this way up here. I'm going to flip it around over here. And just use my fingers to kind of help hold it up so that it's not getting into the paste we did earlier. Get off a little bit more of the paste there. Then I'm going to apply some down here. Lift that off carefully, and then we're going to go wash this immediately. You can set this to the side to dry, but if you want to add a little more sparkle to it, while that paste is still wet, you can sprinkle some of your rock candy glitter over the top of it. You could even add some of the rock candy chunky glitter if you like. And just tap off that excess, and then we'll set this to the side and let that completely dry. So now while the background's drying, we're going to move on to the next piece here. And this is just an oval that I die cut from some watercolor cardstock. And I'm going to just ink blend it here with a little bit of tumbled glass Distress Oxide ink. And I'm just using this little scrap of paper to hold on to the areas where the ink is still wet so that I don't leave fingerprints in it, like I did there. So Alright, and then next, we're going to stamp, and just take that same script stamp we used earlier. And I'm just going to use a little bit of temporary adhesive to kind of help hold this in place, because I don't think I'm going to be able to get any of my magnets really onto the paper. So, and I'm just going to stamp that same script image that we used earlier. And for this, I'm going to use a little bit of the Broken China Oxide ink. Stamp that onto that. And there we are. And then we can give this a dry, because you can see that ink is pretty wet still. Or you can just set this to the side and let it dry. And then to finish off this little piece, we're just going to take a little blending tool and some vintage photo distress ink. Wipe off a little of the excess on my craft mat here, and then just going to lightly ink the edges here. And then we can set this to the side. And then the final step I did was to stamp the snowman onto some distress watercolor cardstock, and colored that with some distress watercolor pencils. And I used Prize Ribbon, Spice Marmalade, Fossilized Amber, and Lost Shadow. And then I'm just going to fussy cut these and use them as the focal point on my card. And so here is a look at our background now that the paste is dry, and you can really see that extra little bit of shimmer we got by adding the rock candy glitter to the paste. And now I'm just going to ink the edges of this like I did that little oval die cut. I'm just using the same vintage photo ink here for that. So there is a look at the finished card, assembled with all the various pieces. And when I put the snowman on the oval, I just trimmed off the snowman in the shape of the oval, just kind of using that as a guide to help trim it off, and then added a sentiment from the Mr. Frosty set, and added a black mat to the background. And there you have it. I hope you enjoyed seeing how this wintry card came together. By layering multiple Ranger ink products, the mini Distress Oxide inks, heat embossing, Twinkle Paste, and rock candy glitter, we created dimension and sparkle that really makes this snowman shine. You can find a complete list of the supplies I used with links in the description box below the video. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, stay crafty, my friend.